Hello everyone, my name is Kudarie Somaru, aka Positive Pablo, founder of Makes Everyone Happy, and this is the next episode of AMP, where art meets philosophy. Today I'm here with the owner and the artist.
Brill Adium.
All right, and we're at Define Enterprise, and oh man, got some more artwork to talk about. Tell me about this piece. What's the name of this one?
It's entitled BD.
Okay.
And it stands for Be Deep, Be Different.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're living in a society of where we're not really thinking anymore. We're not really embracing our differences, and I feel like that's very, very, very important to embrace your individuality as an artist, to really take it to a next level, and that's what a lot of people aren't really embracing. Everybody's trying to be like the next, trying to be like the now. I want to focus on, I'm still trying to get to know myself, so I have to understand who I am first, and that's just an oddball. No, it's different.
So in a sense, it's the times that we're in now, we're losing individuality. We're losing the fact that everyone is a unique individual, so we have to embrace that person and find out who that person is instead of what everybody else wants to be, because we can't be what everybody else wants to be. The best person that you can be is the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
And be deep, be different. How would you say your art defines you as an individual?
Emotion.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of my art pieces are different, as far as style, because I feel like we're always changing, as life progresses. Sometimes it may be abstract because that's maybe how I was thinking. Okay. My thoughts were chaotic. And then another picture may be perfect lines because I had all my thoughts together.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes when we're emotional, it's just about getting it out. It's not about focusing on the right brush or the right technique. It's about, I need to get it out.
Expression.
I need to just get it out. So, but those are the pieces that have the most pain in them.
What is your inspiration for your artwork? Because it's given any moment, it could be anything. Pretty much like how you said, it can go from something that's really rough to something that's extremely clean. It can go to something that's very dramatic to something that's very subtle. So it is your expression of the moment. It's the human expression going into form. But what inspires that?
I would say more so making art in general is more so about leaving something behind. When I'm gone, I won't have anything to show for it besides the art. Okay. So that's what inspires me. It's more so the legacy that I want to leave behind and how extensive of the legacy I want to keep up. If I want to be known for 10 years after I'm gone, or do I want to be known 500 years after I'm gone? And that depends on how much I create as of now.
There's a big significance as far as your explanations in regards to time. It's, okay, what can I do today so that I've built a future, and then in the future when I look back at my past, what have I left behind? What do you think it is that you're leaving for that next generation of people who will see your work in 5, 10, 50, 100 years from now?
More so, I would like to believe that I'm leaving inspiration, a voice, a constant reminder of bettering yourself, being as creative as possible, the pursuit of happiness.
Right.
Things like that, the things that matter the most. I don't want to leave the thought of how much can you earn. That's never the case. I want to always leave the thought, how innovative can you be? How many people can you move?
That's great.
And that's just based on, that's my mind frame. That's what I want to be remembered as.
That's a leader's mentality. The someone who wants to live so that others may live, the lives that they're fully potential and capable of living, of having, and just in general, just achieving something greater than the self. What would you say is like so far your greatest achievement?
Waking up, understanding who self is, and aside from achievement, I think the biggest achievement is making art is like my kids. Okay. That's like the best art that you can make. You know what I mean? Because we talk about what can we make now to leave a legacy. Well, that's the DNA. Right. That's the legacy more than art. So I would say more so like my kids and stuff outside of art.
That's beautiful, man. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are here in order to pass on. That's pretty much, we're here for a bit in time as long as we're ripples in the tide. Like in the tide of life, we're going to come in, we're going to make our wave, and then hopefully that wave continues to ripple on from generation to generation. So what impact are you making on that generation as far as?
I would say more so, I want people to understand the value of unity, the importance of it, and not just to look around and just be comfortable with people who may just look like you. It's a bigger world out here.
Absolutely.
You know, at the end of the day, I feel like it's really, it's no color. I feel like it's just about good and bad.
Okay.
Simple, you know, it's right and wrong. That's how I look at it. And more so the impact of just inspire. Like, I can't really say it enough. Just change the world. And when I say change the world, I don't mean just in an aspect of creating. I mean change the world around us. Like, how much are we cleaning up?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
How much are we giving back to the world? How many people are we helping? How many people are we thinking about helping? You know, I feel like as people, we spend a lifetime of just thinking about family members to help.
Right.
When do we spend time to say, okay, maybe it's other people I don't know who need more help than my family members?
That's very true.
So that's what I want to focus on. I just want to get to where we are focusing on compassion, you know, and studying compassion. You know what I mean?
At the root of everything involving unity and compassion is just that general love. It's just that brotherly love in the sense of, it's like, you know what, I don't have to know you in order to be able to love you as a man and as an individual that is here. Because as long as you're here and I'm here, what really makes us that different?
Exactly. We just got to stop loving with fear. Stop expecting something. Like, just do it just based on this is what you want to do. Not expecting, like just how we're talking now, not expecting he loves me back. That's why I'm going to talk to him. You know, I have to understand that I love you. That's why I have to keep my conversations going. That's why I have to keep it so long, because I understand where it's coming from. It's not coming from a place of he loves me, so I'm going to keep it going. It's my genuine love just towards you and everybody else. That's why I feel like it's separating the genuine people from the, I don't want to say not so genuine people.
Ingenuine.
Yeah. So it's just like, I feel like genuine people, it comes from self. Okay. You know, we put ourselves in a position like, what if that was me? You look at that homeless person and you're not thinking of, okay, he's gonna spend this on a beer or anything. You're looking at it as, that could be me. You know what I mean? So it's more so just coming from a genuine place, because you change your perspective and you allow yourself to be in that person's situation. You know what I mean?
And once you do that, you really open yourself up to all of the beautiful things that life has to offer. Because if you're able to put yourself in that person's shoes, then you're able to help that person in the same way you would like to be helped. That's a part of the golden rule. You know, treat others how you would like to be treated. So if you were ever down and out, because we all have the highs and lows of life.
Every time. It's never going to be just, it's never. Like I've never met anybody like that, from the millionaires to the people who are trying to find out who they are. Look, it's never, we're happy, we're sad, in the middle, happy, crashing down. That's life as we know it. But like I said, that's the human experience. That's what we're living for. Imagine a life that was just good. We would have got bored a long time ago.
We wouldn't have known. We would have sought. I've read somewhere it said the enemy of happy is happier. Yeah. You're always looking for, when that phrase goes, the grass is always greener on the other side. Yeah. You're looking for something that's greater or better, or it's more satisfying when you can really appreciate what you have right now. Like this can be just great. Exactly. And you can appreciate great when you've experienced bad or troubled times, and then you come through that and you're stronger and greater as an individual because of it.
Exactly. I agree.
When do you think it all clicked to you and you were like, this is it? I found out what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to it, even though I may not know exactly how it's going to be. When I get X amount of time down the road, I'm going to start along this path right now.
When I dropped out of school.
Okay.
You know, I knew for a while, you know, even when I was a kid, I knew I didn't want a regular job. And when I say regular job, I mean doing something that I really don't enjoy, doing something based on society telling me I need to do this to get by. When I dropped out of school, I really had to get it together. And I didn't get it together then, you know. It's just that was years and years of just trying things, you know. So I think it's just like, But when you, like I said, when you wake up and you start that journey, things just start to click.
Right.
You know, as the ideas form, you really understand like manifestation. You know what I mean? And I start just manifesting things based on my energy levels and things like that. And every day things click. So it's not just one time period. It's just things just click every day. Something can click for you right now. Absolutely. But if you don't know how to execute, it doesn't matter if it clicked or not. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure we all have great ideas and it makes so much sense. Like, and then we have another process after that, like, how I'm going to execute.
How is a big stumbling block. It's like a big obstacle. And the thing is, most of the time, I know a lot of the times, I'll have something in mind and now I'm trying to say forget the how. As long as I have the why, the rest of the things will kind of fall in line. Or if you know down the line what the big picture is, like, okay, I know that I want to be this. People say, oh, but how am I going to get there? It doesn't really matter how you get there as long as you know that this is where you want to be.
And I look at it like that. I feel like it's kind of like having a roadmap, if I must say. You know, it's like, okay, we'll use this roadmap to start off. And if we know our sense of direction, it'll be other signs along the highway that says such and such, this miles away. Right. Such and such, this miles away. So, but we have to have a starting point. You know what I mean? We have to have a certain map at first. You know what I mean? And from there, I just like those road signs I just spoke on, those are people.
In this day and age, I'm so thankful. I don't know where I'll be without GPS to be able to tell me where to go. But without GPS, literally, I'm the person that says, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I'm heading north. Like if I'm heading in this direction, generally speaking, I might make some turns. I might have to stop. I might have to ask around a little bit, but I'm heading towards the right way.
And I feel like that GPS, I think that symbolizes failure.
Oh, man. Okay. How so?
Because I feel like failure is the greatest teacher of them all. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. Failure. And you have to embrace that. Like,
people say fail faster.
Like,
if you hurry up and get the failures out the way, then...
If you see a wall that says failure, run into it.
Okay.
Like, boom. Because, like, every time that I fail, it forced me to go back to the drawing board to fix something that I wasn't really looking at beforehand. You know, failure. I love it.
And you become better because of it.
Of course. And that's I've never learned anything based off of success. I know that sounds crazy, but I've never learned anything. Just doing something successful.
If it came easy the first time, then there was no challenge. It's like, okay, this is what I do to work. But
exactly.
I think you appreciate it more too.
Yeah, you do, because I feel like success, I feel like it brings you to be content. Okay. You know, you're on a roll, you're having the time of your life. So in your mind, why should I keep going? Why should I figure out new things? This is working. Okay. So then you have that roadblock that's like, I need to figure something out.
It's a challenge.
I need to get a different perspective. And then we tighten up on our ideas.
Right.
You know, and I think that's the thing that's not being showcased. Failure. You know, we're living in a society of where, you know, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat. Everybody is just showcasing the good.
That's who wants to put themselves in a bad light?
Nobody's showcasing the eviction. Nobody's showcasing the job that they didn't get. Right. Nobody's showcasing I may be homeless tomorrow. Everybody's just showcasing, I got the keys. Right. So that's programming us to see that only success is the only thing that we need to be accustomed to. This thing of failure, we don't need to embrace that. Because why? Because that's not being in our face.
Microwave society. And the thing is, when a lot of people focus on that idea of there really isn't failure, people fear failure, but at the same time, it's a necessary evil. But if you focus on, but look at their success. Yeah. I don't know how they got that. I didn't know about this person until 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So that means this person must have started doing something a month ago to get to where they are. Exactly. When they could have been failing year after year after year, like, struggling to get to.
You know, just embrace your failure whenever it comes, because you got to understand it's going to be it's temporary. You know, everything in life is temporary. It's just how it came. It's going to go out. You just have to understand that. And once we understand that as people, we understand it's a better tomorrow. This is just going to last for today. You know, it's like having a cold.
Right. You're sick.
While you have this cold, just understand you're sick and just focus on it's going to be better. Like, you know what I mean? And a little bit, it's a mind frame. It's a mind frame, because every time I've been sick, I thought about, I'm going to be better tomorrow. And slowly, it went off. But if I'm constantly thinking about, man, this cough is terrible. Oh my,
Right.
I'm making myself even sicker.
You know what? There's scientific proof that people who are pessimistic or negative thinking, they get sick more often. They stay sick longer. It's because your mind is so strong that if you're saying that I'm sick, I'm down, and I'm all these things, you're subconsciously programming yourself to be weaker.
Exactly.
So less of your like white blood cells are fighting against the disease or whatever's wrong with you, so you're going to stay there.
Exactly.
You want to worry and be down and stay here, so your body's going to say, well, let me start worrying, being down, and staying here.
Exactly.
And that just shows how important the power of the mind is.
It is.
And where you focus your energy and your thoughts.
It's a powerful tool.
What's your most like recurring thought? What do you think about most often?
Man, changing the world.
Just
Like every day, like waking up, going to sleep, dreaming, changing the world. Like, why do we live in a society of where you tell somebody you want to change the world and they say, are you crazy?
when change is the only constant. If we can rely on anything, we can rely on change.
Yeah. So it's just like, we can change the world. And it's just, I feel like we need to block out all the people who are telling all these kids and adults and teens you can't. Because somewhere along the line, a lot of these people have heard you can't so long that it becomes a reality. I can't change the world. A million people have told me I can't, so why are you trying to change the world? That's why I feel like a lot of people feel like we can't change the world based on what society has told them. To focus on something else. Changing the world is a little out of your league. It's too big. Focus on something else because you can't.
And now that drags people down. And the thing is, when you tell somebody that day and they continue to do that, that perpetuates negative situation.
Exactly.
So now there will be no change, or the change will only, or there will be a change, but it'll be a change for the worse.
Yeah, and it's just like me, when I hear can't, I have to do the total opposite. Just because I have to live a life full of experience. You know, if we're going down a road and we see two paths, and it's a lot of people on this side that's saying, don't go down there. Don't go down there.
You're tempted.
And I'm asking them why, and they can't tell me why. They've never been down there. I have to go down there now. Because little do we know, this could be the discovery that changes everybody's life. We got too many people telling you what not to do, and they've never tried it. Why?
I've turned around. If I've thought about something and it's so grand a scale, I think, why not me?
Yeah.
And it's because you can think of a million reasons why. And then once you identify the why, why I can't do something, I can't do it. People say, I can't do this because I'm not big enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not smart enough. Okay, you've identified exactly what it is that you can work on to become that thing. So why not you? Why can't you be bigger? Why can't you be stronger? How come you can't be smarter?
It's a mind thing. And if you really want something bad in life, you're going to do whatever you need to do to prepare you to get to that moment. That's just anything in life we want, you know.